What is going on, YouTube? So we are back in the dungeon. I gotta put a sound effect to it. I need to put a sound effect to it. Anyway, so we're down here because this is part 2 of my series called Getting Athletic at Home, right? So Athletic at Home is the name of the series. So last week, or I should say really in part 1, it was all about agility, right? So lateral quickness, lateral change of direction, well, a little change of lateral direction, but mostly how to move laterally, right? Little pogos here and there. Also, what you're going to see today's episode is going to be more about sprint mechanics. All right, so if you know anything, I'm big on sprint mechanics, at least starting at the basic levels, hammering that, and then advancing to more of the advancer mechanics for your sprints. So a lot of stuff you're going to see in here today is just the basic stuff. We're going to get into some skips. We're going to get into some dribbles. We're going to get into some wall drills that you can use. So let's go ahead. Let's get this thing started. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 500 likes. And then that way we can grow this thing out together. Also, comment down in the comment section. Let me know what else you want to see on the channel. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get this thing started. All right, YouTube. So I'm all the way on the opposite end of the basement right now. Camera set up over here. So we're gonna get some things to move along here, okay? So as you already know, I go through my warm-ups, I foam roll, I stretch, I do my mobility stuff, and I do a little bit of movement prep, right? So movement prep is just your body getting warm and getting your mechanics and your body warmed so that we can start introducing the stress that you're gonna be doing for the day. Vertical jump, agility, sprinting, whatever it may be for the day, right? So the movement prep that I'm gonna come through here and show y'all is, we're gonna start with some pogos. We're gonna start stationary first. We're gonna go 1 foot, and then we're gonna go more so for distance. All right. So you haven't seen me do single leg pogos all the time. I'm here, bouncing on the ball of my foot, just like so. I go about like 10, and then I switch. You can also go for time, 10 seconds roughly. Then from there you switch. Same thing. Nice and easy, right? So rest a little bit, right? Let some time elapse. And then from here, we're gonna do a single leg pogos going forward, okay? So you're just really warming up the ankles, the foot, the Achilles a little bit, so that way you can get ready to get into your spring-like actions, right? So if I was on a track and, I don't know, let's just say like I'm about to run and sprint and do all this stuff on the track, I gotta make sure my ground contact, my feet are tapping the ground, so that way I'm feeling light. Okay, like I'm feeling light on the ground, so I can spring off the ground and project forward. Or if I'm on the basketball court, I gotta make sure I can spring and jump vertically. So whatever it might be, right? Okay, so now we're gonna go forward. Okay, so now I'm gonna be on one leg, just nice and easy. Right, stick that there. Then going back, switch legs, and then stick the landing here. It's just that simple. These are the main pogos just to get warmed up and get moving. All right, so I'm a little further back now. So here's what we're gonna do. So you're gonna do what's called power skip for distance, okay? I can't do for height because the basement has low ceiling, unfortunately. So we're gonna go for distance. So all you're gonna do is, it's like a skip and then you're driving your knee, driving your knee, driving your knee forward, okay? So it's a skip. Also, you wanna make sure you're syncing your hands up with the opposite leg, right? So if I'm driving my knee forward, if I'm driving my right knee forward, my left hand is coming up, boom, boom, coming here, all right? So you'll see how I do this, right? So I'm backed up, I'm gonna take my 1 step and I'm gonna go. All right, so as you saw, I'm driving my knee forward, okay? So I'm just punching the ground and driving the knee straight, okay? I'm going horizontal, not vertical so much. I'm here, bang, bang, bang. All right, so I'm driving my knee forward. Now, obviously if you have enough space to do it, like if you get in your garage and you can just go straight, or get in your basement, go straight, that works. Obviously I know we don't have a lot of room in our homes. Well, I don't want to assume, but if you don't have a lot of space for distance, then try to get outside and do your distance work. Try to get that going. That's the next best option. But if you can't get there, there's some other things that we're going to be doing today that you can do in supplement of that. Okay. So power skip for distance. Drive that knee forward, punch the ground, and just drive that knee, and sink the hands. All right. So now I changed the angle because I want you to be able to see everything that I'm gonna be doing here going forward now, right? So next thing we're gonna get into is what's called A skips. We're gonna start getting into skips. We got our A skips, we got our B skips, and then we got C skips. Right now, we're just gonna focus on A skip, okay? We're just gonna focus on the A skip. So if you're not coordinated enough, you can stand stationary and do this, and then as you get more comfortable, then you can start moving forward with it. Okay, so let me come close here, because I'm gonna show you it close first. So I'm getting right here, right? So what you want to do is you're gonna sink your hand and your feet together. It's basically a skip. Okay, so you're here, pop, 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 pop. Now I'm not leaving the floor, but I want to show y'all. So I'm sinking the hand with the feet. Okay, if you can't get the rhythm, you can do a march here. Just here. So when you bring the hands up, that your hand is at your eye level, and then knee is up. So you're here, hand and eye, hand and eye. All right, so you're here. And then the other hand is in your pocket. So think like front pocket, you're here. So your hands your arms are bent the whole time. Staying straight, just like this. All right, so that's your march. Now, if we get into A skip, once you start getting accustomed to the coordination, now you're just adding a skip to it. So I'm here, pop, 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 striking the ground, getting that knee up. All right, so it's the same thing as the march as you just saw, but now you're just adding a little rhythm and skip to it, okay? So the A skip itself, you're learning how to pick the leg up, to pop that quad up, and then strike the ground right underneath you. So what you don't want to do is pick up and kick out in front of you and then drive it down or drive it back. You don't want to do that. You come here, straight down at the ground. It's a stab at the ground, all right? So the whole time you're not flat-footed, you're on the balls of your feet. So here, 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 here. All right, so you're just on the ball of your feet, catch that rhythm, okay? So now let me show you what it'll look like when you're moving forward. Now you're going forward, okay? So now you're here. All right, now I know I'm a little out of the frame here, but I'm trying not to go past the frame. But then you can do the same thing going back, okay? So you're here. All right, so that's your A skip going forward. All right, so check it out. I was gonna give you guys dribbles, but we're gonna start slow and basic. I want to move into the advanced stuff so bad, but we're gonna keep it simple. We're not gonna get into the dribbles because it's a concept to it, right? But instead, what we're going to do is a high knee run. Okay, so high knee run. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna pick that knee up, almost like you're doing high knees in place, right? Except you're moving. Okay, so except that you're moving. So when you're doing it, you want to pop the thigh and still sink the hands like you're running. So this is your arm swing. Okay, so you're here the whole time. So you're here the whole time. It's your arm swing. Okay, keep it here. So and then you're just bringing up your knees. All right, but you're gonna see how I'm still syncing everything up. Okay, so I'm here, keeping that core tight, posture is straight. I'm not leaning forward or back. I'm staying straight up, keeping the core tight. So I'm here. All right, so I'm syncing my hands with everything that I do, okay? So even same thing, going back. All right, that's your high knee run. All right, now after the high knee run, we're gonna get straight into butt kicks, okay? So I'm gonna show y'all from this side on a good leg. So butt kicks, everybody thinks these, where you slapping your heel against your butt is a butt kick. No, it's not. So that's what we done at the high school level and everything like that. We ain't know no better when the coaches was having us do all that crazy stuff. All right, so now here's what your butt kick is going to look like. It's going to look like a high knee. So remember, your high knee is here, right? So this is your high knee. Now, your butt kick is you're smashing, well, your high knee butt kick, excuse me. So high knee, it's gonna be your butt kick, okay? So if I'm here, I'm smashing my calf against my hamstring. So I'm picking it up and just here, okay? So then when I start running, it's gonna look like I'm cycling. It's gonna look like I'm cycling, okay? So I'm here. Right now, to get the basic data, or basically, not the basic, but to understand the functionality of it, so you can just stand still and just pick one leg up at a time. Just be here with it. Get used to it, and then I'll switch, and then I'll do the same thing. And I'll do the same thing, okay? So get it down, then you can start going in place, and then you can start moving, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys what that looks like moving. So this is what your high knee butt kick is gonna look like on the move, okay? Ready? All right, so you're syncing your hands. Same thing, I'm smashing my calf up against my hamstring, all right? All right, same thing. Like I said, smashing that calf against that hamstring. All right, so now we're gonna move on over to the wall here, all right? So now we're gonna do what's called knee drives, okay? Knee drives. So your hands are gonna go onto the wall here, okay? So you wanna keep them relatively low, don't keep them high, you wanna keep them relatively low. You're gonna move yourself back to a diagonal position, okay? So don't have your butt poking out, you wanna be straight. So basically you're on the balls of your feet here, okay? So one knee is going to bend, boom, right? The other leg is gonna be, you're gonna kick it back, okay? So I'm gonna get a little closer here. You don't wanna be too far. So you're here, right? So you see, my knee is up against the wall here. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and switch feet here. Okay, so knees up, back is straight, chest is up. So now as I start to come back, drive my knee down, I'm here. Chest is parallel with the floor, then I can extend and go into hip extension. So when you're driving back, you're in hip flexion, boom, drive up, hip extension. Okay, all right, so you're here, drive it up. Now mind you, I'm stabilizing on my surgical repaired knee. Still a little shaky here, but it's okay. So we're here, bang. Stabilize, core tight, chest parallel with the floor, boom. Drive and punch that knee forward, okay? So now switch, so you can see this knee, here, boom, driving up, drive up, driving up, hip flexion, chest parallel, boom, hip extension, okay? All right, so that's mimicking your sprint. So if I'm running, say I'm here, I'm coming out, boom. Now I'm out. So my hip is in hip extension and my knee just punched forward and I'm stabbing back down at the ground to then drive forward, okay? So I would say go roughly about like 5 or 6 reps on each side. But the wall drills start there because it's a very good drill to do to be able to get your mechanics down packed. All right, so from knee drives, which we're gonna tie back into later on, we're gonna go into switches, okay? So we're here, hands about distance from the wall here, all right? So relatively high, but not too low or too high. Keep it about shoulder level. You're gonna slide yourself back a little bit, boom. Gonna be about right here, again, another diagonal position. Again, butt's not poking back, I'm not overextending. So I'm on the ball of my feet, core is tight. You're gonna have one knee up, okay? So you're here. We're gonna start with a single switch, okay? Single, because you can also do these moving. But like I said, we're staying at the wall here, all right? So we're gonna do what's called switches, and it's just one switch, okay? So you're here. Give yourself time, give yourself time or a cue. You're here, and you go switch. Then you pop the knee up. Switch, 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 switch. Okay, so that's a single switch, all right? So you're gonna do those, you can do that for time. You can add quick, you can go quicker. But right now you're gonna pause in between. So when you switch one knee, the other leg's dropping simultaneously and popping that other knee up. So almost like a scissor-like motion, okay? So pop up one, switch, switch, switch. So now, double switch, okay? So you're back in that same position, you're still here, core is tight, okay? Knees up, then you go switch, right? Okay? So switch. All right, so that's your double switch, okay? And damn, this mic. Should I actually put an actual shirt on? Anyway, so that's your double switch. Your triple switch, okay? So you're here, one leg's up, switch, 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 switch. Okay, I know it's not like I'm saying swish, you know, basketball player at me. Anyway, but no, so it's three switches, okay? So it's three, okay? So now you're here, you come back, hips forward, core tight, knees up, wait a little bit, then you're gonna say switch, 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 switch. All right, so it's three. One thing I suggest is start with the one, get good at that, get used to just being able to switch your feet, switch the knees, drive the knees, then get into the doubles, get used to two, then get into your three, all right? So get wall switches is another good one to be able to learn how to drive the knee up and stab back down at the ground when you're learning how to accelerate. All right, y'all, so that's everything for today. These are all the movement prep stuff and the drills that you can do while you're at home to be able to sprint a little faster, or just try to get your sharpen your mechanics a bit more, so that way when you start sprinting, you can get a little faster and you have your proper running mechanics, so you're not overstriding, which is just basically your leg coming out further than where your body is, and then you pulling a hamstring basically, right? So all these drills are gonna help you be able to drive your knees straight back at the ground, project yourself forward when you're in your drive phase or your acceleration phase, and then from there it's just hammering down the basics. All the advanced stuff will come in due time, because a lot of the wall drills, like I said, the wall drills that we did, you could transfer them over off the wall and just move in a straight line. All right, so with that being said, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead, like, share, subscribe. Let's grow this channel out together. Let's get to 500 likes. I mean, not 500 likes, 500 subs. If I get 500 likes on this video, you know I fuck with y'all. But let's go ahead, let's get 500 subs on the channel. Let's grow it out. In the comment section, let me know if this helped you, or if it gave you an understanding of how to go about your sprint mechanics, and if you made any progress doing so, or if you were able to understand everything clearly, well, not or, and if you were able to understand everything clearly that I presented in this video today. So go ahead, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.